Well, good morning, channel. Welcome back. I thought this weekend I would change the oil in my bike. You know, I did that at 600 miles. Some of you guys have seen the video. It didn't exactly go as planned because I had a difficult time getting the oil filter off. I changed everything but the oil filter at 600 miles because I wanted to get any factory shavings or whatever that might be in that oil out as soon as possible after the break-in period. But now I'm approaching 4,000 miles and I think it's about time that I went ahead and did a full oil filter change. And rather than showing you guys step by step how to do that, I want to encourage you to reach out and find Cruiseman's video series. He has 1 or 2 videos particularly about oil changes and walks you through every single step. It will save you money, and if you're handy with a wrench and feel comfortable doing your own oil changes, it will pay for itself. I mean, do you know the orientation of the bike? Should it be on the side stand or the center stand? Do you know the frequency you should change your oil? Or we know what Honda recommends, but is there a better frequency? Do you know there's more than just oil filter and oil that goes into these oil changes? There's actually 2 filters if you have the DCT model. There's crush washers, there's O-rings. Do you know about all that? Do you know the torque specs? All of that stuff you can find in Cruiseman's video. Very easy to follow. And I would say I have just a couple of exceptions when you watch Cruiseman's video on oil changes. Number 1, he recommends getting the oil filter wrench from Walmart. He's used one successfully for a good long time. I bought that one and I just could not get the oil filter off when I tried it, at 600 miles. So I went and bought the Honda brand oil filter that's made specifically for this bike and the Honda oil filter that goes on it. So when I do attempt that here this weekend, I will be using that different oil filter. And one thing that a Cruiseman doesn't cover that he has in other videos, but not the series that he has for sale, that I think is pretty cool. I want to show you a different kind of oil pan to be used when you're changing oil on these motorcycles. It's a low profile oil pan that allows you to get down lower when you change the oil. So let's go take a look at that. Alright, here's the oil pan that I found that I use and I recommend. You'll notice right off the bat it is not very high. It is probably 3 inches high, but it's very wide. So this low profile allows you to stick it under the bike with plenty of clearance to get in there and do what you need to do. It also serves as a reservoir to hold your used oil that you can then take to an AutoZone or an O'Reilly's and have emptied out. So it does 2 functions. You take out the drain plug here and the oil just falls onto this recessed part and drains down into the reservoir. Now, so that you don't drop your oil pan nut down in this hole, it might be difficult to retrieve. I mean, you can just by emptying it out over here, but you don't want to do that. I have devised this simple little screen out of some mesh I bought at Home Depot to just fit, just lays down at a certain angle. There we go. Lays down over top of that and will keep the oil pan nut from falling down in there. Let me show you a closer view of it. There it is right there. So anyway, that's it. Cruiseman's video, he uses just a standard oil pan and then dumps that into a separate reservoir. Well, here it's sort of all in one and it's low profile. It just makes it a lot easier. I'll put a link in the description below where you can find this oil pan. I think I picked it up off of Amazon. So anyway, guys,
Thank you for joining me. Until we talk again, ride safe and God bless.